And we're going to jump right into the tutorial. So don't be surprised if I'm not speaking, because if you know anything about putting on lashes, you know how serious it is. You need to focus and, just really have that time and quietness to like really apply, because you don't want your lashes crooked or anything of that nature. And before we jump right in, I do want to give a breakdown on how the show usually goes. So the point of the show is to break down beauty tutorials just a little more in depth, because if you're anything like me, when you watch them the first time, you try it and you're like, okay, I could use a little more work. So, guests and viewers will be able to join in live. So the link should be below where you can join in and ask questions. You could even jump in live. And if you want to join in and, do the lash application process with us, feel free to do so. But yeah, we're going to get right into it.
All
Hi,
righty,
best
all righty.
friend.
Hey, best friend. That's my best
That's
friend.
my
Thank you
best
guys
friend.
so
Thank
much
you
for
guys so
having
much for
me.
having me.
My name is Bola.
My
I know
name is
she had
Bola. I know
already
she had
introduced me,
introduced
and
me,
I am
and
the
I
founder
am the
of Boulevard
founder
Lash
of Boulevard
Company,
Lash
and I'm
Company, and
so
I'm
so
so
ecstatic to
so
be here
ecstatic to
to
be
show
here
you
to
guys
show you
how
guys
to
how
put
to
on
put
your
on
lashes.
your
So
lashes.
first and
So
foremost, I
first and
would like to
foremost, I would like
debut
to
one of
debut
our
one of our
newest
newest
and we
products,
have
and we
our
have our
Bordeaux
Bordeaux
five-piece
five-piece
lash kit,
lash kit.
and that
And
includes
that
some of
includes
our
some of
Boulevard
our
best,
Boulevard
some of
best,
our Boulevard
some of our
bestsellers. So
Boulevard
we've got
bestsellers. So we've got
Pinot Noir,
Pinot Noir,
Merlot,
Merlot,
Grigio,
Pinot Gris,
Viognier, and
Viognier,
PS
and
I Love
PS
You.
I
So
Love
in the
You.
spirit
So in the
of Wind
spirit
Down
of Wind
Wednesday,
Down
we are going to
Wednesday, we are
debut
going to
our
debut our
Bordeaux
Bordeaux
five-piece
five-piece
lash book.
lash
But
book.
first, before I
But
even
first,
get
before I
into the
even get into
tutorial,
the
first and
tutorial,
foremost,
first
I
and
get
foremost,
so
I get
many
so
questions
many
from
questions
people.
from people.
Hey,
Hey,
what kind of lash
what
do I
kind of
get?
lash
I
do I
have
get?
round
I have
eyes,
round
I have
eyes,
almond
I have
eyes, I have
almond eyes,
hooded
I have
eyes.
hooded eyes.
What kind of lashes
What
work
kind of
best for
lashes
me?
work best for me?
So we designed
So
this
we
kit
designed this
so
kit
that
so that
everyone would
everyone
be able to
would
find a
be able
lash
to
that
find a
works
lash that
best for
works
their eye
best for
shape
their eye
and
shape
just for their
and just for
situation
their
in general.
situation
So
in
if
general.
you're
So
going
if
out,
you're
you're
going
having a night
out,
on the
you're having a night
town,
on
if
the
you're having a
town, if
business
you're having a
meeting,
business meeting,
you've got something there,
um,
that's going to work for
that's
you.
going to work for you.
So the first
So
one here,
the
we've
first
got
one
Pinot
here, we've got
Noir. This
Pinot
is what we
Noir.
would
This is what we
describe
would
as a
describe as
round
a
lash.
round
So what that
lash.
means is
So
that
what
the
that
inner
means is that
corner
the
and the
inner
outer
corner.
corner of your lash are going to be the same length. So then moving on to Merlot, which is one of my favorite lashes, we would describe that as a flare lash. That means that the inner corner is shorter than the outer corner. So our outer corner is going to give us that cat eye flare that some of us are looking for. So if you have an almond shaped eye, I would suggest Merlot for you. Then we have one of my favorites, Pinot Gris. Now, Pinot Gris is super wispy, and what that means is that you've got a good amount of distance between your lash tendrils. And what a tendril is just a grouping or bunch of hairs. And so with our Pinot Gris lash, it's very, very wispy. So you've got a good amount of distance between tendrils. And then you've also got varying lengths. So you've got your short, your long, and they've got it mixed in there. So it looks really, really good on your eye. So then moving on to Viognier, like Pinot Noir, it is a round lash. So what that means is that your inner corner and your outer corner are going to be the same length, and you don't have to so much worry about the lash weighing down your eye or getting that droopy effect that you can get when you have a flare lash that's too big for you. And then next, we're going to move in to PS I Love You. Now, the thing about PS I
My
Love You,
face.
yeah,
Mm.
PS I Love You has sold out in the single packaging. So if you're interested in getting your hands on a PS I Love You lash, you're going to have to get the Bordeaux five-piece lash kit. And so, what I love about PS I Love You is it's very similar to Pinot Noir. However, it's a flare. So it's almost like a Noir with the flare, right? Yeah, I guess we'll describe it
Yeah.
that way, right? And so people
Yeah.
love it. People love it. So if you're like, just getting into lashes and you're like, I don't want something that's super, super heavy, but I do want people to notice that I've got something on. The Bordeaux five-piece lash kit is definitely for you. So before we jump into the tutorial, I'm going to take just a second to make sure that I've got the right lash adhesive. Just give me one sec.
Sure, sure. Awesome. So, yeah, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them down below. If anyone would like to join in at any time and, apply the lashes with Bola, that is welcome as well. In the meantime, feel free to let us know where you're tuning in from. I'm tuning in from Springfield, Massachusetts. 413, my hometown. Super excited. So thank you for this. So thankful for this opportunity. So shout out to Channel 7 and everyone. Everyone's been working super hard. It's launch week, and we are super excited. And I am so excited to be on this journey. But yeah, feel free to drop any questions. Thank you,
Oh,
Tanisha.
we love Tanisha.
Yes, we love Tanisha.
Now,
Tanisha
Tanisha
is a
is
Boulevard
a
babe.
Boulevard babe to the
For
fullest.
sure.
She is what we call a Boulevard insider. So we've kind of got like this cool kids club where it's just like, people that have supported us like from the very, very beginning. And later on, we'll get into the Boulevard story and kind of jump into our history a bit. But people like Tanisha have been with us from the very, very beginning. We're, always super excited to know what we've got, coming up next.
For
And,
sure.
every time we restock, every time we drop, the same people are always there and super visible. And baby, we see you and we love you.
Yes, we do. Tanisha. Thank you so much.
Tanisha. Thank you, Tanisha.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, I'll drop some in your DM, girl. I'll drop some in your DM. Got something for you.
But Bola, before you even get started, is it possible
Yes.
to bring the lash look a little closer to the camera? Because
Okay.
just so people can kind of really see what's going on in there. Because, got some goodies.
Okay.
Yeah, just open it up a tad and, give them a little look-see. Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Love it. Awesome.
Perfect. So now we're going to jump into the tutorial, right? This is the moment that we've all been waiting for. So
For sure.
first, I'm going to disappoint you. I'm going to disappoint you really quickly and let you know that I'm not going to tell you anything that you haven't heard. I'm not going to tell you anything that you haven't heard. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not. But here is where I'm going to encourage you to actually really, really do this with me so that we can follow the instructions and figure out where we go wrong in our lash application, right? So before I even really jump in, key. What's key? Making sure you let your glue get tacky. So if you came here, hoping to get like some holy grail of a secret tip, it's not there. But what is really important is that you make sure that you wait for your glue to get tacky. And that is key. So now we're going to jump into it. So we're going to start with what? We're going to do... How about this? Can I let the crowd decide? Can I let the viewers choose? Does anyone have anything that they want to see me in? Like any lash that you've been like eyeing for a while and you just want to see it
any
in
recommendations?
person?
Yeah. Wow. Yes, the background blur. So yeah, I mean, hey, I'm here, so I would love to see PS I Love You. That is my fave. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So we love to see her. But then again, like, okay, I'm being biased, obviously. You guys have seen her on me. If you've seen me, been on my socials, that's all I've been wearing. It's literally my fave. I'm a lover girl. I just loved everything about the lash. But if there's something a little heavier than PS I Love You, then I will go with that one.
Okay. I just wanted to see if I could get this blur off of my phone. And I don't know if I was able to accomplish that. But all right. So wait. So did we say PS I love you? Was that the final answer?
Yeah, or I said if there's anything a little heavier, or is it the
Oh,
heaviest?
definitely. You know what? We'll do Viognier. So Viognier is actually very, very heavy. It's very heavy, and it's one of my favorites. So we'll do that. So first things first is, when you're taking your lash out of your tray, you want to make sure that you're grabbing it by the inner corner or the outer corner and by the band and not the hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to take some of my adhesive. Sorry, this has got some latex in it, so it's a bit gunky, but that works out for the best because
For
the thicker
sure.
it is, the tackier it is, and the easier it is to apply. So, Lani, I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need for you to kind of keep count for me. So I've got glue on this one here, and we want to let this one sit for about 30 to 45 seconds. I'm going to go in, grab the second one, grab some glue to that, and let that sit for about 30 to 45 seconds as well.
For
See,
sure.
nothing fancy. I don't have.
Yeah. And one thing I do know,
anything.
this step is literally like probably the most important step. Important step. It's literally like quintessential to nailing the application, because if you don't let it dry and get tacky, there's a possibility that it'll be a wet application. Now your eye is running. If anyone has ever had that issue where your eye is leaking, to be honest, I'm having that issue today. I'm throwing it out there. I'm being vulnerable. And, I let it dry. I honestly think it's because I have on one of our heaviest lashes, which is Oga. And that's from our 25 millimeter collection. And I was like, we're going to go big or go home. And, but it's comfortable. I don't feel it, but I possibly could have cut a corner. And I'm sure Bola will get into that in terms of like measuring to your eye, because that's also very, very important.
You know what?
There's more than meets the eye when it comes to this.
Really great point. I really actually want to dive into that a little bit. So I happen to have very long almond eyes. And what that means is the length from the inner corner to the outer corner is pretty long. So generally I don't have to trim my lashes. Now, if you tend to have smaller eyes, what that means is, the length from here to here. Now, if you happen to have smaller eyes, you're going to have to trim your lashes. Now, if you do not trim your lashes, what happens is you get this droopy sort of effect that actually ends up making you look tired and a little older than you really are. So what you do is you want to take the lash, place it on your natural lash line, and whatever you've got hanging over, you want to cut that with a small pair of scissors. And so, as I said, personally, I've got long eyelids, so I don't have to do that. But if you've got smaller eyes, make sure you don't skip that step.
For sure. So we seem to have a question.
Okay, what's the question?
Well, so the question is, what is your favorite lash glue?
What is my favorite lash glue? It is so funny that you guys asked that. So right now I am using the Duo Quickset Strip Lash Adhesive. And this one has latex in it. But since you asked, I'll be the one to let you know that Boulevard, we've actually been working on our own lash adhesive that is latex free. So for our girls out there that have latex allergies or have sensitive eyes, if you're one of those people that are just always rubbing your eyes, mascara tends to get your eyes sort of red and irritated. A latex free lash adhesive is something that you need. And so we've been working on this lash adhesive for over a year. We finally settled upon a formulation that we love. So unfortunately, we weren't able to debut that today. But if you go to our website, sign up to become a Boulevard Insider. As soon as we launch our Boulevard Lash Adhesive, you'll be the first to know.
For sure.
All right.
Yes,
so I think we let this sit, right, for about 35 to 45 seconds. I would even say closer to a minute. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close my eye, and I'm holding the lash here, as you can see, and I'm going to apply it to my natural lash line as close to my natural lashes as possible. And so what I do, as you can see, is I press it in the middle first. I secure the middle. Then I move on, secure the outer corner.
Is that a professional for sure, barehanded and all.
And then I move on to secure the outer corner. And so it's not even really quite on there the way I want to get it on there. Let's see, let's press it down. Don't be afraid to get in there. I feel like, if you wear contact lenses, then you should not be afraid or intimidated by putting on lashes. I wore contacts for Halloween, and I was like, my goodness, I have so much respect for people that have to do this every day because, yeah.
Yes, for
All
sure. When
right.
anything around your eye area can be very intimidating, but once you get the hang of it, it'll be super easy.
All right, what you think, guys? How you like me now?
I'm loving
Hold
it.
on.
You can totally see the difference immediately.
The difference a lash makes.
Yes, it does. You look
Oh,
beautiful
thank you. So
before
this
and
side,
after.
yeah. Oh, you so sweet, sugar. Uh, so on this side, we've got Viognier, our after, and this is our before. And then before our lash
Beautiful.
glue dries for this one, right? Because we were just chatting so much. Let me like hurry up and put this one on, right?
For sure, for sure.
All right. All right. And like,
Yeah, so feel free to let us know where you're joining in from and feel free to keep the questions flowing. We're coming to the end of this tutorial. As you can see, she already has her both of her lashes on and she's just securing the last lash. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
I mean, is she on there or oh, she's on the way? All right. So this is real. This is real time. All right. So we're
Yes,
gonna put
yes.
just a little more glue because I was chatting it up and let my glue dry. So we're just gonna
Yeah, and
add a
that
little
that does
more.
happen. Right. While you're doing that, I can just definitely explain that does happen. It can be a hit or miss with your lashes. Clearly, like I said, I've been putting on lashes for I don't even know how many years. I practically wear them every day, and I still happen to have a malfunction. A lash malfunction is the last thing you want to happen, especially when you have anywhere to be. But it happens, and the key to that is to literally just kind of stay calm and just do what you can to kind of like do cleanup. As you can see, once she realized that it wasn't sticking, she didn't waste any time. She took it right off and was like, okay, let's start over. And that's the reality of it. But, your best bet is to allow yourself 30 extra minutes at least when you're preparing to get ready. So you have the time to, have a trial and error with the lashes. But once you get the hang of it, it's literally super easy. You will definitely become obsessed. Once I put one on for the first time, it was over. Now it's
It
like
was
I literally can't see
over.
without my lashes. Like, where are my lashes? Do not know.
And
Anybody who
so
knows me
I think you
knows.
made like a really great point about giving yourself time. I
Yeah.
think the most frustrating thing is like when you're rushing, to do your lashes, you're rushing to do your makeup, and the process just isn't fun and it takes the good feels out of it. So always give yourself time so you can actually like enjoy getting dressed and getting ready, you know. All right. And
For
so
sure.
I don't know if you guys saw, but I took off the other one because I wasn't getting, the close. It just wasn't as close to my lash line as it could be. And it's just like, if I ain't gonna do it right. And so how's that? That looks great. And
Yes, it
then
does. Looks
we're
good.
just gonna reapply this closer to my natural lash line. And you guys see, what did I say? The key is letting that glue get tacky because then it's so easy to just place it on, and it's not like just sliding. You don't have this like goo, just like sliding around on your eyelid, you know. So yeah,
Yeah.
look at that, look
Awesome.
at that, look at that. She's
Beautiful.
cute. She's
Yes, we love
cute.
it. We love it. So time flies when you're having fun. So we're in the process of wrapping up. You made it just in time. You got both of your lashes on. We love a good lash application. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, there was a lot more that I wanted to sit down and talk to you about. We didn't even get a chance to get to our girl chat segment, but next week, we're here every Wednesday. So feel free to, join in. Wind Down Wednesdays next week. We will be having another special guest, another dear friend of mine, Prissy Girl Nails. Well, she will be showing us how to apply press-ons the right way. And yes, I say the right way because there's more to it than meets the drugstore. And these are custom press-ons. So I'm super excited about that episode. You guys make sure to tune in and feel free to, continue to ask any questions. We will definitely be having Bola back. It'll be very cool to have you come back, debut more products, show us how to take care of your lashes. People think once you put them on, you're done, but no, especially our lashes, you can wear them up to 20 times. Yes, 20 with the proper care. So it'll be awesome to have you back. And we want to thank you so much for joining us. You look
Thank you so much
beautiful.
for
You did
having
amazing.
me.
Yes, of course. And let us know where we can find these lashes, where we can find you, what you have going on really
So you
quick.
can find us at www.blvdlash.com. So that's Boulevard Lash. And you can also find us on Instagram at Boulevard Lash Company. So that's BLVD Lash Company. And thank you so much for tuning in. And because you tuned in today, we've got a special promo code just for you. Use promo code GIRLPOWER for 30% off your next purchase. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you back next week.